Unfortunately, the Labour Party, through its defeat in the election, are not doing enough. They need to get on top of this. And that's because members of Parliament, with their parliamentary banter, with their everyday operations, are integrated within the structure of the state power. And so they tend to work within the parameters of that state power. Fighting the epidemic requires the active involvement of the mass of working people to try and enforce policies necessary to stop the spread of the disease, whether it be a lockdown, whether it be community assistance and so on. And that's where the Labour movement should be most active in organising the people. 500,000 Labour Party members should be actively volunteering to get involved in protection measures for the population, in ensuring the old people are provided with the food that they require, ensuring that your community has resources, because the speculators and crooks, they can jump off in an aeroplane wherever they like. They can have medical care. The mass of the workers are dependent upon the health service. Now, that doesn't mean they don't work alongside the government. They try and expand the reach of the government because we have that reach that they don't have. We have that 500,000 members who are interested in protecting the health service. So those are the people who must be mobilised, if you like, from our own movement. Even when we collaborate together as a society as a whole to deal with something like a war or an epidemic as we've got now, at no stage is the conflict between the social classes, between workers and capital, between the poor and the wealthiest elite, at no stage does that stop the internal contradictions of society. Instead of that, come to a head at such times. This is why wartime is always a period which generates revolutionary contagion. Coming out of war after 1945, that's when the National Health Service was created. And so out of this will also come demands from the masses, actually, funnily enough, to do the type of thing that Jeremy Corbyn was advocating only a couple of months ago at the general election. I've known these filmmakers for 20 years. They've always sought to discover and disseminate ideas that can question the mainstream dialogue and narrative which is being promoted. And so I ask you to donate to Double Down News. They don't get funding from anybody. It's worth paying something to help disseminate alternative views about the world.